Hi there. Very good morning to all of you. I'm live, but slightly late. I was expected to be live at around 11 a.m., but due to unforeseen circumstances, it looked like that I would not be live at all in today's session. But eventually, I made it. There has been a power cut here since late night or probably early evening and till morning today around 8 a.m. And that's why everything has gone uh, something awry, and that is the reason why I was probably contemplating not being online, but I thought that, as promised, I have to be at least giving you some sense of the markets as well as whatever the stocks are doing. And I was really excited to just let you know as to what could be my next pick for the short term. I think that stock could do really well going forward in the next 3 to 4 months. So I wanted to discuss about that. Hi, Jayesh. Hi there, Nagraju. Uh, Good afternoon. I'm good. I'm good, Nagraju. Uh, what I'll do is probably first discuss about the markets, then go ahead and discuss about a couple of stocks. One is my pick for short term with a stop loss in mind. Another one that I'm keeping an eye on, and you can say that that stock looks interesting in that respect. And the third thing, then I'll answer your calls, so answer your queries as well. So let other people also join in. Let the number of people increase, and then we'll discuss. I would like to know how is investment going on, how is trading going on in these circumstances. The current circumstances is not that great, considering whatever is happening across the nation, and with the kind of cases that is increasing. I hope all of you are doing fine. All of you are doing safely, being at home and healthy, and kindly be safe. I think next 2 months could be difficult, and I think this is going to continue. I believe that although government is doing everything to curtail the pandemic, but I feel that we could be in for at least the next 6 months in which this problem could uh, just continue. So now the thing is what we need to do currently, because we had a market fall. We had a fall that went to something like 10,600, and then we had now today's move, and this was expected. I expected the move that happened today because of the Reliance AGM. So, in any case, let's just get going. Thanks a lot for all the accolades for Kilpest, but I would like to tell you one thing, that the stock could have gone either way. Now, if the results are not great, then the stock may fall. If the results are good, the stock may continue to go up. I think sales are pretty good. But what I'm trying to tell you is these are just my picks, and I don't know whether the stock will go up or down. But what I feel correct, I just bring to you. So if the stock would have fallen 40-50%, then you might have had other ideas. But I would just like to tell you that stock doesn't move according to our wish. We have to just look at the fundamentals and the way the stock is moving, and decide on whether the stock is going to go up further or not. And this is a call that anyone can take, who can do a complete analysis of what is happening around you and what is happening in the company. So that was just one of my all picks. Tanla was another one pick, and the skill pest. I have picked other stocks also. They have done relatively fine, not quite that good that how well these two have. So a lot of messages are coming in, so I'm just putting that thought together. uh, on a long term basis, both stocks look good. That's all I can say. But I don't know what will happen in the next 2 months, 3 months, after 2 weeks, etc. I don't look at prices in that manner. I don't look at stock prices in that manner. I just buy and hold the stock for the long haul, and that is my consideration always. So before I start with the conversation, a small disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation, and any stock or anything that you're going to do with the scripts that I'm going to talk about, it's only under your jurisdiction. So kindly take that into consideration. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Second thing is that the super chat feature is on your channel, so kindly use the super chat feature on your chat box and ask me questions through that. It will help me grow the channel. It will help you also ask questions directly to me and make me answer in a detailed manner. So once you ask questions from super chat, I give more focus to it, and I make no qualms about it. But because you're paying me upfront for a question, it is my jurisdiction to do a better job of it. Otherwise, I'm here for all of you also answering the queries. A third thing I want to tell you is that I want to thank all the patrons member here, Patreon members who have joined me, and especially those $10 membership team who have helped me a great deal on a monthly basis in order to keep me going. And I'm doing this full time, the YouTube thing, the Patreon thing, and also helping viewers in their endeavor to invest in much better manner and how to invest, etc. If you want that help, you can directly email me as well. So through emails also I'm helping viewers invest into the market, etc. Just on a unofficial way, no, not on any official way. I'm not a SEBI certified member, so kindly take that into consideration. I'm going through the process, and there are two examinations that I have to give, so I'm going through that as well. So those disclaimers aside, let's begin the session. And I would like to begin the session by uh, analyzing the market and by putting my viewpoint about the market. So the markets did fall, and it fell to 10,550, 570, and it has recovered very sharply today. It is back to that 10,800 levels. I believe going forward, we could see 10,900 by tomorrow or by today afternoon. There could be another 70, 80 point move that could come into the market, and we could be headed to the 200 DMA again, purely because of what will happen to Reliance. 1950, 1960 is the current price. I would not be surprised if it touches something like 2000 and 2050 levels and then reverses. I believe that on a short term basis, Reliance is overbought. uh, I feel that there could be some amount of selling in it, probably 10% to 15% of fall expected. I don't know whether it will happen or not, but there is a big chance that the stock may fall 10 to 15% going forward. Uh, and in that regard, the market will itself fall. So I still have a target of 10,250 to 10,100 on the markets by August, and we could see a rally to 10,900, and then the fall will begin. uh, I am 80% sure. I'm not that sure anything can happen in the market, but I'm relatively confident that Reliance could be making a top by today or maximum to tomorrow morning, and there would be some big announcements, and hence the stock may continue to go up. uh, Eventually, over a course of next 1 month, 1.5 months, we will see Reliance fall at least 10 to 15%, and that would be a buying opportunity. So for those who are looking to hold for the next 3 to 4 years, just don't do anything with Reliance, even if it falls or goes up or does anything. You just hold for another 8, 10 quarters, and you'll see how good the stock will behave. For those who are short termers who have bought it at 1400, 1500, 1600, and want to enjoy the profits, probably the profit that you're gaining 30 to 40%, 20 to 35% profit in that this 2 to 3 months short term period. um, those individuals can book some profits today and wait for decline. So that would be my opinion. Do your own analysis and then take a call on that. But considering the market, that's why I discussed Reliance. So if it falls, if the stock falls, the market will not sustain, and I believe that easily the market can go to 10,400, and even to 10,100 will not be of such difficulty for the market to come to. So my range for the market would be between 10,100, 10,300 to buy again. Although there are some individual stocks which are behaving differently to the market and may continue to rise. And one of those stocks I'm going to talk about, which is my pick for the short term now. Uh, if somebody who wants to book out from Reliance can get into the stock. I have bought into this stock just recently, and this is a standard disclaimer. And I'm looking at 30 to 40% upside even from here in quick duration. So I'll talk about it in a while. So about the markets, I think 10,900, 950 is a strong resistance. I don't think it will be breached, and I think 10,200 is coming in. And if that happens, the bank index will fall the most. The NBFCs and the banking stocks will fall a lot. Uh, the stocks in the consumer domain will fall lesser as compared to that. The fall in the engineering and automobile, etc., sectors will be huge. So will be big. So something like an Aisha Motors, which went to 20,000, may also correct. A Maruti may also correct to 54, 5,500. Similarly, some mid caps will also correct, which have run up a lot. Even the likes of Kilpest and Tanla may correct even. So there could be correction all across the board. But you have to stick with the best of the companies and think big into them, and leave those companies which are of weak fundamentals, which have high debt, which have high pledges, which have very low return on equity, which have very low profitability or virtually no profitability, and still they have gone up. You have to exit those. These are opportunities to exit those positions. These are opportunities to make your portfolio even better. You will get opportunities at 10,200, 250, and those will be those. I mean, those levels would come in, but they'll be buying very quickly. So at those levels, you can go ahead and buy. So now my pick for the short term, it is a company that is in the internet domain. It is a company that has done well over the years. It has done well after its inception, after its IPO, and is currently on a march. Now I don't know the reasons as to why this is happening, but the stock yesterday did not correct, and even in the correction was going up. So I'm talking of a company called InfoEdge, and I'm talking of Naukri. Yes, InfoEdge. Currently the stock is around 3,000 rupees. uh, I believe that there is something happening. Just on the charts basis, I'm saying that on a short term basis, 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months period, the stock is on a major breakout. uh, 2,800 has been a price where it has found a lot of resistance and now a lot of support. Uh, it has gone past it, and for some reason, yesterday InfoEdge was falling when the market started to fall, and the Sensex went down 500 points, 550 points, and the stock went to 2,820 all the way to 2,814 from a level of 2950, 2960. But then the recovery came in and came in very sharply. And today you look at the price and it is nearing 3,000. It has already gone up something like 6 7% from yesterday's lows. I think there is some informed buying, some buying that is taking place from informed players. I don't know whether there is some news. Maybe the results would be much better than what people expect. Maybe something else. Maybe they are selling more food stuff at Zomato. Maybe they are bringing in more money through matrimonial sites, etc. But something is happening that the stock has been in an uptrend, even in difficult market, and has been in an uptrend when the market is going up. So. In any case, this stock is not falling, and that is a very good sign for somebody who wants to buy for short term. Fundamentally the stock is not bad. Fundamentally the company is not really bad. It has come up in my picks for a number of times. I believe if somebody can get in even at these prices, if it crosses 3150, 3200 and closes above it, there could be a clean up move, because that would be a new high. And post that, we could see even 4200 on the stock. That is my best case scenario, but at least 10 to 15% above 3200 is possible. So 35, 3600 is very much possible. Even I'm looking at 4200. So I bought the stock just recently, and I'll hold on for those targets going forward. It's not to say that you go ahead and buy, but just to make you understand and educate you that how a chart works. So if you look at its 3 months chart, it is in an uptrend and is making higher lows. And that is the first sign when you look at any company on a short term charts, that if that stock is making higher lows, even if it is not making higher highs, I mean, there is some momentum, there is some accumulation, there is some buying that is going on. And maybe some news may come in a month and a half times. Maybe results is something that people are looking at, or these buyers are looking at, but the stock looks like once it breaches 3150, we could be headed on a big up move in that stock. So that is my pick for the short term at the moment. For a 3 to 4 month pick for a 25 to 30% upside, we could expect in that stock. So that's info edge for you. Another stock I want to talk to you about is D-Mart, and I'm looking at this stock for a longer period of time now. And after the results, it has fallen, and I think it is not cheap at the moment. But at the same time, if you look at the charts of it, I don't think uh, that it falls a lot even on bad results. So you can search info edge just on money control by writing info edge on Naukri, and you'll find out. So now the thing is the thing is, this stock doesn't fall. So DMART doesn't fall a lot. Now it is at around 2150, 2200. I would consider buying it at 2000 to 1900 levels. I think that would come once the market falls. I think those will be very, very good levels even for investors to get into. I think it will be an aberration, the results that have already taken place, and probably September results might not be good as well. uh, and hence that could be priced in when the stock goes to 1900, 1950, or even 1800, something like that. So you can get in at that prices. I would be very tempted to get into it, because I feel that once the September quarter is gone, once October begins, even if the results of September has not come out, even then the company will end up doing very well. So even then the stock will do very well. So the stock will continue to rise, the stock will continue to perform at good pace. And once it crosses 2500, 2600, we could see 3200 on the stock. I think post September quarter, I think December and March could be much better. I think December and March would show the way for other companies as to how the how the stock will fare. I think the results would be much better for the December and March quarter. So this is one stock to look at, not to buy immediately, but to look at this point of time. So that's DMart for you. Uh, so these are the two stocks that I want to talk to you about. I won't buy at current prices, but I would definitely buy at lower levels. Uh, all right. So I'm now ready to answer your queries. You can bring in your queries, and remember that the super chat feature is on your channel, so you can use that to make me answer in a better manner and help me grow the channel as well. All right. Vodafone I will avoid. I avoid all penny stocks. Any stock that is less than 20 rupees, unless the fundamentals are very, very good or something is changing, I would avoid all such stocks at this point of time. I would consider HDFC Life better than HDFC AMC, although HDFC AMC per se is also good. But HDFC Life on declines would be much better. Currently, it is expensive, so wait for declines to get into HDFC Life. KPIT is an avoid. I would rather prefer, even a Mindtree is fine if it declines. So that's my call. Something like again, L&T Infotech on declines would be better. ITC complete avoid for long term. Complete. I think it will always find problems with respect to taxes, etc. I would avoid ITC. IOL chemicals, interesting stock. It just keeps going up, doesn't it? And I think Kilpest is on the same trajectory. I think Kilpest is on the same trajectory. IOL has gone up from 170 to 800. Kilpest has been going up from 60 to now at 260. May go to 300, 350. So these stocks, because of one of their products selling a lot, because of higher margins on one of their products, or because of they bringing in some kind of feature which is related to the current pandemic, these stocks will just continue to perform because this is the time for them to perform. After the pandemic is over, these stocks may correct. So kindly take that into consideration. So when they decline, so IOL chemicals or Kelpest or any of these stocks or any other stock that have run up just vertically, wait for them to come to moving averages. 20-day moving average is preferable. Between 20 to 50 would be very good. So once they come under that, probably you can buy at that point of time. I would avoid future lifestyle or any of those stocks. A Lux Industry, I would still prefer Page Industry. Now, this is again a thing of valuation that people say Lux Industry do not have the same valuation, so there is a valuation gap, so the stock will go up. I'll still prefer Page in front of Lux. FL is a good stock on declines to 1500, 1400. I still feel it is a good stock to buy for the longer run. Yes. These Polyplex and other kind of stocks, Uflex, etc., are going up. Packaging companies are getting more orders, etc. But not a long-term story that I can tell you. But for a short term, or if you're a trader, you can look at put in your stop losses and then continue to buy into such stocks. Yes. 3M India on declines can be bought. Bajaj Finance has run up a lot. That is all I can say. I still feel that it is not a stock to buy for the long haul. I still feel there will be problems going ahead, but it has been a very good trade. One can say that. All right. Oracle Financials is a good company. On declines, you can buy into it. It is a good long-term portfolio kind of a stock, Oracle Financial. So buy it for 8, 10, 12 years. It could give you 12 to 15% return yearly. India Mart is good. On declines you can buy. I think every stock that most of you are talking about are pretty good. The problem is the current level or prices. I still feel that we are in for a difficult time going ahead. We could be in for a major sell off in the market. In that regard, probably 5 to 7%, maybe even 10%, and hence one needs to be careful buying at these levels. So the stocks are good. The levels should be different. And we need to wait for declines to 30 to 50 DMA to buy into these companies. Granules has run up a lot. So wait for again decline into it. The stock is good. They have reduced some pledges, etc. So the stock is good to buy. Abbott again on declines should be bought. Nice company. Uh, all right. Geo taking in India Mart. Well, I think both companies can stay together. India Mart Intimesh is more or less something like selling office products, etc. Slightly in a different domain than Geo. If you think of it, then Geo can eat up virtually all the businesses, the kind of expansion that Reliance is up to, but I don't think that will happen. There's a huge market in this space, in all the spaces where Reliance is, and hence so other companies which are strong enough, which have strong balance sheet, may continue to do well. Yes. Deepak Fertilizers is a good company, but on declines you should get into it again. All right. Thanks a lot, Sap Partners, for your contribution. Hathaway Cables from Reliance to acquire it. Uh, See, I don't comment on rumors. I don't know whether it is a confirmed news or not. I need to check that. Uh, See, the company that is acquiring, you better get into it. So even if you feel that Reliance looks expensive, one can buy it a little bit at these prices, and probably at declines, you can get back into it. I think between 1800 to 1850 would be very good levels to get into a Reliance. Wait for those levels and get into it rather than buying into other companies which are being bought by Reliance. That's my understanding. Emphasis, see, I would avoid the IT companies. I would avoid the IT brigade. As such, I would still be with consumer stocks. People say they are expensive, etc., but they have always been expensive for the last 8 years at least when I'm in the market. And I have been reading about history, and something like an HUL or an Asian Paints or a Beige Industries has been expensive for at least a decade, 15 years, and just kept on. They have kept on doing well. So you have to understand that. Santosh, if you keep on writing one stock, I would not require reply. Kindly do not do that. This is a request to all of you that do not type in continuously about one query. I do read it, and probably you can write it again after a few minutes, but do not do that. It's a small request on my behalf. Uh, Bombay Burma, I would prefer Britannia than Bombay Burma. I always prefer the bigger player. And Britannia has gone up again, declines to 34, 3500 would be good to get into a Britannia. Biocon was the question of one of the viewer here. Good company, uh, declines should be bought into. It has run up. I think it will continue to do well. 600 could be the next long term target in it, but again, do your own analysis and get into it. uh, Wait for declines to buy into such companies at this point of time. Okay. Yes, I did look at Mahindra EPC. My perspective on these type of stocks are is this, that better to get into companies which are more consumer driven, because if even if you get those wrong and the company is stable, company is not under a huge debt, or company is not making huge losses, and that is a consumer stock, it will always come back very quickly. May come back in 2 months, 3 months, you'll get your prices back. But in other sectors like infrastructure, capital goods, you have roads, you have cement, you have uh, a number of sectors which are textile, etc., even pharmaceuticals, IT, and so on and so forth, you might not get your prices. Even in mid cap IT, I know a number of companies, hundreds of companies, which were looking good in 2012, 13, 14, are now nowhere to be seen. So be very careful. But consumer stocks, better consumer stocks, which are in the mid cap and large cap domain, they always make you money, whether they are 10, 15%, or you're going to make 60, 70, 100%. So never be in this trap of buying the low market cap company because it is a low market cap, so the market cap will expand. Look at what has happened with the Reliance from 8 lakh crore. From 8 lakh crore, I'm not talking of 6 lakh crore or 7. I'm saying 8 or 9 lakh crore. From a 9 lakh crore market cap, it is already 12 lakh crore. And this has happened in just 3 months. So if you buy good quality companies in very good, promising sectors, you would tend to do well, no matter what the market cap of the company is. All right. Muthoot Finance, avoid. I think they've had the best of the results, and I would avoid it. Yes, it could very well happen that stock continue to do well, but the risk reward ratio does not suit well. And same thing I want to talk about. Uh, a couple of more companies which are in the chemical domain, which I felt did very well. So Deepak Nitrite, I felt that the best of the results are behind it, and that's why I suggested that one should not get into it now. Again, the stock may continue to do well, but if results do not support, the stock may just come back. So it is just a hunch. I believe that at 500 rupees, Deepak Nitrite is not a good risk reward player, and that's why I put that forward. Uh, but it could very well happen that the stock goes to 750, because I'm not the one who's holding the stock back or taking the stock higher. IRCTC at 1300, 1350 is very interesting, but you need to be careful because this pandemic is not ending. And if this doesn't end, I don't think IRCTC is going to make a lot of money. And then you could see the stock at 1,000. I mean, this if this just continues, these companies will suffer a lot. The uh, companies which are in the traveling domain, etc. Imami is an avoid for me. Nestle is a very good stock for long term, even at current prices, declines to 15,000, 15,500. Good levels to buy. So, on this note of Nestle, a very good strong stock, I say goodbye to all of you. I would be online again on Saturday, and hopefully on Saturday, I would try to be online on in evening, but it is difficult to do so because of some of the work that we have at home, taking care of kids, etc., and then everything else that works around it. So I prefer doing it on mornings. So thanks a lot for being here. A lot of people joined in, and thanks for all your support. Kindly like and subscribe to my channel. There has been very low subscription, and many of you do write about it. I sincerely hope and request that those people who are online, who are with me on this channel, please do just subscribe. It doesn't take a lot to just to subscribe. Kindly subscribe to my channel, increase the subscriber base. Thanks a lot.